Hey there, I'm Sarah from Simply STEAM. Today I'm going to show you how you can pop in some learning while your students are on Thanksgiving break. This activity is so much fun. You're going to love it. If this is your first time joining me, make sure that you go ahead and click that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video. And be sure to hit the notifications so you don't miss another STEAM lesson. For this science experiment, you're going to need three things. First, you're going to need a bag of popcorn, a kitchen scale, and a microwave. So what I like to do is print out the label and tape it to the front of this. I send it home with all of my students before they go on Thanksgiving break. I also like to print out this cute little flip book, and I send that home and my students fill it out, and it's a lot of fun. So our question for this science experiment is, will this bag of popcorn change weight when it gets bigger? So let's test it out. The thing you'll need to do is take out your popcorn from the bag, and we're going to turn on our scale, and we're going to descale it to make sure it says 0 right here before we place this bag of popcorn on. So let's see how much it weighs. Okay, so right now it is 0.37 pounds. That is. Now we're going to pop the popcorn, and we are going to see if the weight changes. Okay, quick hurry, make sure that this is still closed, and now it's steaming hot. We're going to set it on here. We have descaled. So now that we've descaled, we put it back on our scale, and it is 0.34. So we have a 3/100ths of a difference. And that is because this is just a little bit open. But now we're gonna open up the bag all the way and see if it changes even more. All right, here we go. Okay, so there is no difference. It is still at 3/400ths. I recommend doing this in grams because grams is a little more accurate than it is for pounds. In pounds, you're gonna get it in decimal form, and so it may not be a whole number. So if you were doing this in the lower grades, like kindergarten, first, and second grade, I highly recommend using grams as your unit of measurement. However, if you are doing this in 4th, 5th, and even 6th grade, then I recommend you doing this in pounds, and then your students can have practice using decimals. They also get a really tasty treat. Now I'm going to tell you some really cool facts, okay? Why would you do popcorn in November? Popcorn first began 7,500 years ago in Mesoamerica. So what happened was the indigenous tribes of South America mixed wild grass and pollinated it to create maize, or corn as we know it. And so some of this corn, they used it for many different things, and they discovered that when you put this over a fire, it pops into popcorn. So we're celebrating our indigenous tribes of the Americas during Thanksgiving. We're thankful for all that they've done, and this is just a special treat to commemorate them, and it's really fun and tasty. Oh, this is so good. How does popcorn pop? In the center of your popcorn kernel, there is a tiny part called a hull. Not a hole, a hull. H-U-L-L. It does not pump blood, but instead it has a teeny tiny water droplet. And it actually contains about 13% of the kernel's mass. Once it's popped, the hole begins to expand because it's turning into steam until eventually it pops. And that's where you hear the popping from popcorn. Why did this bag not change at all? Well, it did change a little bit, but if the bag were completely closed, it would not change at all. And that's because of the law of conservation. And what that means is that mass can neither be destroyed or created. So here's a couple of STEM challenges that you can ask your kids to do as well. Can you create a popcorn bucket? Can you create your own popcorn bucket using one sheet of paper? Can you create a popcorn recipe? Can you create popcorn jewelry? Or could you create a popcorn sculpture? And here's another science inquiry question. Could you expand the popcorn kernel without popping the seed? Since this is so delicious and fun, I've decided to gift you these printables for free. So make sure that you click the link in the description below to get this free resource, send it home with your kids, and they will think you are the coolest teacher ever.